What's going on, my peoples? Welcome back to the channel with me, Clem Boogie. Week 5, college football. Let's get these picks in. I'm giving you 4 picks, 1 upset alert. Let's get right to it. First game up, we have Michigan versus Iowa. Big Ten matchup. Not your mother's Big Ten, not your father's Big Ten, not even your grandfather's Big Ten. I don't know what Big Ten this is. All I know is Michigan has yet to solidify who their starting quarterback is, which could be problematic. And you have Iowa, which I don't know if they're even playing with scholarship players or fellas that even know how to play football. I think I have a better chance of getting a couple of my old high school friends, maybe college friends, and we could probably create some havoc, some points at least maybe. I say that to say this. Iowa is struggling, beyond struggling. I think they're anemic when it comes to the offensive end. However, watching any game that involves Iowa is going to be watching paint dry. Anybody ever done that? No. Okay. Well, put it to you like this. Michigan is, one of the sure shot picks to challenge Ohio State as far as Big Ten champs and also to go back to the college football playoff. But with that being said, they're playing Iowa. Iowa hasn't scored since, it's been that long. Anyway, with all that being said, I'm not picking either or side. I'm picking the under, which stands at 41.5 points. I don't know, but let's pray that some kind of offense is generated. But for betting purposes, I guess, let's hope the continuing trend happens and Iowa doesn't score. We can only hope that Michigan doesn't score and we can all hit that under. Next game up is Baylor versus Oklahoma State. Two well-oiled teams on both sides of the ball. Oklahoma State is coming in as the higher seed, yet they are faced as the underdog. They're getting 2.5 points. Why might that be? I'm guessing because of past history where Baylor has literally put a beating on Oklahoma State the last 4 to 5 meetings and covering the spread very comfortably. But this Oklahoma State team, there's something different. There's nothing outstanding about it. There's no one singular star that stands out. I think everyone playing in unison this year and offense in sync, defense is in sync. It just reps for and reaps for good results, which they have been getting the last 4 weeks. So with that being said, I'm going with Oklahoma State getting 2.5 points. They might just flat out win. Who knows? Next game up, I have Alabama versus Arkansas. Real prolific matchup coming up. You have Nick Saban's group going into Fayetteville against Arkansas and KJ Jefferson manning that offense as the QB. I'm going with Arkansas. And I tell you this, Bryce Young is injured. I don't know what's the length or severity of his injury. And also they have a bunch of perimeter players on the offensive side that are injured. However, Alabama does have that defense, which is always stout year in and year out. You can expect for Nick Saban to get his boys in gear. But I think 17 or even 17.5 is way too much to give to this Arkansas team. It's not the same Arkansas that we're accustomed to seeing from years past. They do know how to put points on the board. They do play a somewhat of a stout defense themselves. They are competent, not as stout, but they are competent on the defensive side. But key word is that they can put points on the board. KJ Jefferson is a dual threat, which always gives a Nick Saban-led team problems. So I expect that trend to continue. And with that being said, I'm going with Arkansas getting 17.5. Next game up, we have Arizona State versus USC. So it seems like there's a bunch of turmoil over at Arizona State. I don't know who the AD is. I don't even know who their coach is. All I know is they let Herm Edwards go. There's just no voice. There's no backbone. I don't know what's going on in Arizona State. I don't even know if their players even want to play. I know they have scholarship players, but they're not really showing their, their vigor, their drive, to win or even to compete, which is even, strange for a D1 level school. It is the Pac-12. We know who's owning the Pac-12, or the projection that is to own the Pac-12. And they're going into, a USC team that barely made, headway last week and barely got scot-free out of Corvallis against Oregon State. Look for USC to bounce back and definitely cover the 25.5, even 26 points. You can expect that spread to just go up. Arizona State has no idea what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Please don't ask me. I just know that USC is just going to run shop all over the place on them, and it's just going to be embarrassing because they are the road team, and they're just going to continuously get embarrassed until their season is done. This week's upset alert comes by way of Texas A&M versus Mississippi State. I'm going with Mississippi State. I tell you what, Texas A&M is struggling to put points on the board. I don't understand what the method to the madness is there. Yes, their defense is top level, top shelf, top anything, but they can't score. If you can't score, what's the point? Obviously, we're going to be looking ahead to a very ugly game between these two. But granted, on Mississippi State side, you have Mike Leach, the coach Mike Leach, the innovator of the air raid offense. One thing to offset a suffocating defense is just to spread them out and throw the ball, whether it be out through the perimeter, out through the hashes, and running the ball unexpectedly, just to throw the defense off guard and off balance. My pick in this one, obviously, is the upset. I'm going with Mississippi State. Mississippi State can actually score. That's, that's the MO of one Mike Leach team. So, I don't know. Texas A&M, for being the number one touted, recruited class, I think it was 2 years in a row or something like that. Jimbo Fisher can't be happy with how things are trending. They do only have one loss. I'm not going to say they're throwing the season away, but it is going to be a struggle for them because they simply cannot score. But like I said, I'm rolling with Mississippi State, and I'm looking for them to flat out. So now you got 4 picks and you got 1 upset alert. You can bet it any which way you want it. You can bet it straight, or you can put it on a parlay if you're feeling that lucky. But you know how we do these things over here. All I want us to do is get some money. That's what the intention is of this channel, to get some money. I'm not going to bore you with analytics and things of that nature. I'm all about the eye test. Numbers, they mean something, but after all, the games still have to be played. So with that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll check you out next time. It's me, Clem Boogie.